We're doing it. We're actually doing it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. What it be? What it do? It's your boy Keen Decker back at it again with Mr. Sherwin here. Fayo say off. We are here to cast Team Sad Jellyfish versus Team Scorch. I'm going to grab the.
Happy to be here.
I'll let you talk for a little bit while I grab the link and post in Discords.
And post in Discords. What do you need to post in Discords for?
For
I can look at it right here. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, no, that's a good idea. Yeah, so apparently it is not just Sad Jellyfish, it is actually Sad Jellyfish 3.0. Just a little addendum to make. It's going to be a very interesting game. I think this one might actually be a series. Might actually see it go to 3 games. I would say so. I think these two teams have shown oh man, I lost the word. I had a very big word that I was going to use and I lost it.
Promise?
But,
Potential?
No. I already forgot what I was talking about. I was just kind of, going off. But I'll say because it's what technically Sad Jellyfish is the higher seed at the moment. But that doesn't mean much of anything now, does it?
I was gonna say these games have overall been like very back and forth in terms of like who is taking top seeds and who is winning against like each other in this like top kind of echelon of teams here. And I think we're almost set to junglers having been.
You're on the 3rd jungler.
Having IRL
That's why I
issues.
one now.
Oh, got you.
Also, I apologize because I have a headache that's like right where my eye is, and so I took some Tylenol, so hopefully that'll do the trick.
I wish they were Happy Jellyfish, Josh Stinky. Both I think you're stinky.
What the fuck? How'd they know I didn't take a shower yet? I don't understand. I was told I have gamer scent. What the fuck?
As long as you have gamer hands, you're good to go.
Oh fuck no, my wrist doesn't allow for that anymore.
You can't sweat enough to get the gamer hands anymore.
No.
I can
It's
smell
unfortunate.
You from here, sniff, sniff. Ooh. And here we are into pick ban phase. Right off the bat, we get the Jarvan ban from Team Scorch.
Makes sense. J4's strong pick right now.
And the Nico is banned.
Oh, no, I'm dripping hot chocolate. Sorry, I have more important. Yeah, I'll say already looking like a normal professional League of Legends. Oh, never mind. There's the Karthus. There it goes.
Whoa! All right, probably some recent scouting. I haven't seen the Karthus played in Rec League in general yet. So this has to be a more recent, I would think, pickup from Sad Jellyfish. I wonder if they ban out the Orianna. And to be honest, who wants to play against Karthus anyways? It's one of those lanes that, like, you beat it and it still gets to ulti. Is that what the new Jax looks like? Damn.
Yeah, I love it. It looks so good.
Man,
the new Jax looks so good.
He looks like he got infused with Destiny.
It's actually true. It does look like a little bit of a Destiny. I was thinking, like Transformers.
And a Nocturne ban as well. So they're definitely focusing down on junglers here. Trying to get this Nocturne. They want to have a strong side lane for the side of Team Scorch. The thing is like there's definitely, I think, a lot of top lane priority on both of these teams. And if they can get themselves a matchup where their top lane is able to they're on the side of blue, so they're not going to probably be getting counterpick here. But if they can get him into a safe matchup where he can kind of scale and do something, having that Nocturne band is pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely a Nocturne fan, so Nocturne's real good at making sure you can gank a lane once
we
you're
got
level 6.
the Maokai pick, which is, I mean, honestly, I think that's a fair
Still
first
a
pick.
strong pick.
I think it's very first pickable.
I would say, and there's been talk about how strong Ori is like in this state right now. So I'm curious to see if either side's gonna pick up the Oriana. But an Ash Gragas.
Yeah, they pick up the Gragas, which can be flexed in between
CC.
a couple of different roles. And what is the answer?
Nuts how much CC the teams are already showing, and they're only on blue 2.
Yeah, I think CC is very important right now. I think the two main things that most team comps in the Rec League have been successful with when they pick it up is A, CC, and B, engage. Like, those seem to be the two things that really, really are like the things that make the motor go for both these teams, or sorry, for all these teams in the Rec.
I feel like Ori Maokai is like 2 picks that you definitely want to have.
Yeah, 2 picks that you probably did not want to give over to Scorch. They, like, don't get me wrong, the Jax, I mean, even the Amumu from what we've seen in the support role, jeez. Oh, man. This is lethal. Fortunately, Gragas is a little beefy. They haven't really drafted a lot of, like, just overall squishy picks as of yet. So they do have the Victor, which has some range.
Yeah, it's
and
your
mobility. Favorite. Yeah, my lord. Do I love Victor? Man, oh man, do I love me some Victor. I better see Ziggs these games or I'm going to chum angrily. There's, I mean, they'd be trolling a bit if they picked Ziggs on either of these teams at this point, but...
Nah.
And we get the Renekton ban. Which I think fair enough. You don't want another Oriana ball delivery pick. Strong in lane. Kind of, it doesn't have a lot of strong counter picks, honestly, in my opinion, for Renekton.
I know it's has nothing to do with this game, but that is one champion that I swear, I don't know what it is. You barely see him in like most regional areas when in like professional play, and then like Worlds hits, it's picker ban, and I'm like every single year,
every single time.
Melio,
ban out the Melio.
Interesting. I can't say that I would ever ban out Melio right now, but
I mean, I guess I understand in the fact that, like, they have set up for, like, we want to root you down and then be able to wombo combo you, but, like...
I mean, I guess it's also not bad because of how much CC that Scorch might be having.
It's
mixed
also...
with the fact that increasing Ash's ranged means you're probably never getting away from Ash if you're being chased down.
Yeah, the thing is that it's really good into the Zillion pick, actually, in the fact that, like, can cleanse... You can essentially, your kind of range meets Zillion, but I think that Melio kind of gets the better of Zillion for the most part.
Karma picked up to be an annoying bot lane.
Karma's a great pick.
I do wonder if the Gragas player knows about the new Gragas tech. There's a build that if you get it to 5 items, even though it's not AP, it's an AD build, your E has a 0-second cooldown, so you can CC people to death.
That is actually so annoying.
It's kind of obnoxious, but League is perfectly balanced game.
Yep.
Wukong, alright.
Wukong, dang, bro. I like both of these comps because it's like a call and answer with every single pick.
So then this must be a Maokai top.
It looks like it, yeah. They're flexing the Maokai, I think, into top. You can always bring Wukong top too, but honestly, I'd prefer to probably see the Wukong top. Like, I don't know. Maokai, I just think is... Yep. Maokai, I think, is just so good in jungle right now. I think he's so valuable in jungle that putting Wukong top is probably your better option, but I don't know. They can flex it, and I think that's why they did it.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of excited to see the Varus pick because I feel like with the Zillion, that can give him the speed up, that can give him the resurrection feel like it could have actually worked pretty well, but
in the Gnar lock-in. Yeah, I was gonna say, really smart draft from Scorch because essentially picking those 2 flex for top laners, it's like, hey, what are you gonna like do? Like, you're gonna probably only be able to counterpick one of these, and if you're on the side of Team Sad Jellyfish, you're like, okay, well, we probably want to keep that Maokai out of the jungle, so let's force it top. But I don't know. I'm interested to see where these picks end up landing. Look at that. Scorch drafts a normal bot lane when I'm not playing against them. Really smart draft from Scorch. They're playing bot lane, not against mine. Oh my god. It was so funny having Minus in the cast the other day because he was like, I was here, like you were saying things in game, and then I just see you like talking shit inside like my chat, and I'm like, what?
Can only shit talk. Truly is the double lift of this rec league.
True. But looking at this draft before we get into game, we just need a small bathroom break. Like I said, this was definitely
3 minutes anyway.
Huh?
I said, don't they know we have to wait 3 minutes anyway?
True. Looking at these two teams' drafts, Scorch like really, man, it's hard to call because like I said, it was like a call and response between both of these teams. Scorch would pick up like the Maokai for the first pick, which is a great pick. Then you saw like the Ashe Gragas. So they kind of like matched them, and they're like, hey, we're not gonna get like caught out by this Maokai. We're not gonna just be getting dove constantly by you. But then they like doubled down. And they're like, hey, we're gonna get you didn't ban our Orianna. We're gonna give the ball delivery service, and we're also gonna put the Zillion safety on top of it. And then they answered with a Victor, which is a pretty safe pick that can kind of just poke down and try to like stay mobile and outrange for the most part. And then you get to like the second half of the draft, and they're like, all right, we know that we do not have counter pick for topside because they're gonna give it to him. So let's flex the pick with the Wukong, which we still don't know where it's technically going. And then on the other side, they're like, hey, we're going to take the Karma just to stay safe from this this massive CC bot that they have kind of going on. But yeah, I like both of these team comps a lot. I see both of them having very good win conditions. I think that I like Scorch's comp, I think, a little bit more because I think it has more damage potential for their carries when they need to get big, right? Like, Orianna can be a massive damage carry. Even in her utility, right?
You have to restart draft.
Oh, rip. What do they do?
They accidentally banned Wukong on themselves.
Ah, got you. But yeah, I will say, like, Maokai can build damage if he wants to. If Maokai gets ahead, Maokai can build damage. Orianna, she gets the 3 items, she does a lot of damage. Wukong gets ahead, does a lot of damage. Same with Xayah. On the reverse side, you have the Ashe and the Gragas. You have, like, and they're like medium carries, right? Like, I mean, Gragas has definitely been a position lately and kind of in the past where you can kind of pop people with Gragas. But like, Ashe gets ahead, she does good damage. Victor gets ahead, he does good damage. Gnar gets ahead, he does good damage. It's not like these, like, I get ahead and now you actually just get shredded type of champions. But, I mean, Gnar's a little bit like that. But I think overall, Scorch has an easier win condition. I just didn't think it had enough damage if they fall behinds. I disagree. I think that Sad Jellyfish, if they get behind, have less damage than Scorch do on the overall.
I mean, it's one of those things where there's so much AoE on Team Scorch that if they do a straight up 5v5 and everything lands, they can't lose. But, like, Sad Jellyfish also has a comp that's pseudo tanky with the Karma that can kind of protect the Ashe and enough CC to kind of keep everybody safe and hold people down, especially with, like, the Gnar. As long as, like, if the Mega Gnar is not an option, don't think they win team fights. Like if
Mhm.
Mega Gnar goes down, or they can postpone the fight so Gnar can't go Mega, I feel like they're gonna have a harder time winning fights. But like Xayah does a bunch of damage, Wukong is tanky and does a bunch of AoE. Like Maokai is a perfect ball delivery service.
What
And can
I
set up tanks from forever away. So
what I just see is that Sad Jellyfish has to invest a lot more to deal damage.
hmm.
Like Gragas has to go in, he has to all in. If he messes up, it's kind of over, right? Victor has to get a little bit. I know he has a little bit more range in terms of like against this team, but like he has to get relatively close to get his damage off. You have to send Karma, people in with Karma shields to be able to get their damage off. Gnar, like if he's in, he's in. Like, whereas like Maokai, you step into a bush. Maokai has a lot of damage there set up for you. Orianna can kind of just zone you out with ball. Zillion can speed people up to make sure that they can get their damage off pretty easily. I don't know. I think that Sad Jellyfish has to risk more in order to actually deal damage. However, they have pick potential on their side. They have Ash Arrow set up, which is like kind of the entire basis behind this team comp. They have this Ash Gragas combo, where they can CC one person and absolutely just murder them. Like, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Both teams have a chance to win and lose.
Yes, and I will say, like Mike was saying before, if they do get behind, in the split push game. Oh wait, actually, where are these picks going? It's the Gnar into the Maokai. So they did a good job, I will say, keeping that Maokai out of the jungle, because that changes everything. Wukong has a little bit of extra presence in certain parts of these kind of matchups, but like Maokai, I don't know. Early on, I think they're going to have potential to be able to pick up dragons on the side of Team Sad Jellyfish for sure. Now, so
I say with the poke potential of Ash Karma, should be able to get enough pressure in the bot lane.
yep.
I mean, to be fair, I hate facing Karmas. They are kind of my my kryptonite for sure.
What do you think of the matchups? Like
Zach, if you're here, shut the fuck up. No, different Zach. It's funny. Both Zachs have the same spelling. Look here, Zach. Look,
Walter White. Jeez.
listen here, Minus. I remember the karma issues. You're not wrong. That's why I said to shut up. Yeah, no. I mean, I do think it slightly does. I agree with you. I think it slightly favors Team Scorch. If they can play as a team, especially because Xayah is so slippery, right? Like that ultimate mix in the fact that Zillion, because like that's the other thing too, is that like because I was saying how Sad Jellyfish has like pseudo tankiness, so doesn't like all of Scorch's members. Wukong's passive makes him tanky. Maokai is a tree. And then you have like Xayah with her ultimate that can keep her safe, Zillion with his ultimate to keep Orianna or Xayah safe, or even the Wukong if he goes all in and can come up popping in the middle of the fight when they can't take down the carriers because they spend everything to try and kill the Wukong.
Yep.
It's they have different ways to win. I think especially with how strong Orianna is. Whereas everything's kind of in the Victor basket on Sad Jellyfish, I feel.
I think if you're Sad Jellyfish, you're looking to win lane matchups. Because once it gets into the actual rift, even if you hit somebody with an Ash Arrow, if Team Scorch is playing cohesively, which, at this kind of stage of the playoffs, you expect teams to just kind of be doing, Zillion's going to be there. Like, Ash Arrow gets eaten by somebody, and if it's not Zillion just ulties them. And then the rest of the team is kind of just there. Right? It's hard for them to get these picks because they have like Xayah ulti, like you said. They got Wukong who can soak up damage and be shifty in fights. Maokai heals like a mother. But yeah, I think yeah, to your point, I really do think that Sad Jellyfish will have to win their lane matchups, or this is going to be a hard game for them to be able to win.
Which I think they should be able to, right? Like, I feel like Gnar is already into Maokai. Ash Karma should be able to poke out Xayah Zillion. But they have to win it and not necessarily go even. If they go even, I think they'll have issues. But if they can hard win it, if Gragas can get the ball rolling.
Hopefully I can get the game up here and not get spectator bug. I'm really... Oh, beautiful. It's already up. That's massive. I might have to readjust my camera really quickly here because I didn't get to do that before. Should be good.
I thought you were trying to be... I thought you were prepared.
I'm always prepared. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, game 1 between these two teams. Keep in mind that at every single stage of this playoff matchup, we have the best of 3. So these are all going to be best of 3 series. I think if there is a game that could probably go to 3, it might be this one. I think these two teams match up pretty good tit for tat.
Agreed. Oh, that sick Victor skin. I kind of dig it.
And just a 5-man fan out from both of these sides here. I'm interested
to see. Look at that line in the river.
Yeah. Maokai top will be able to do more damage overall. Or be able to be, more of the tank that he would want to be. But we'll see if he gets put down massively in lane. I'm really interested to see how he builds.
I feel like that's what's going to come down to. Who builds the better?
Yeah. Both junglers are going to be starting their top sides. So they should be, unless they deviate and go for some cheeky early ganks, on the same side of the map. Post clears.
I don't know well enough who's the better early champion, but generally starting on the same side does not feel too good.
Hey, oh man, just look at that poke damage. That is one thing I will say about Marcuti and Barty here, is that they do overall have the lane vantage in terms of just overall poke. If they're able to get their poke down, they're both kind of safe lanes, but the difference maker is that Ashe and Karma can soak. Like, Karma can mitigate a lot of damage.
I see a lot of shields, so I'm wondering if anybody's gonna go any of the Serpent's Fang or was it Shadow Flame? Just to mitigate, because it just clicked that I'm like, we got, Orianna, Karma, Victor.
Chasing down level 2. They both actually have it. Kind of reaching in around the same time here. And some good punish from Marcuti and Barty early on here. Just making sure that they don't even approach this wave. They're going to get an early back.
Gonna get their cheater back off. You know what? I gotta say, I think I'm a fan of Dippy just because there's something about that name that just... Dippy! It's just great. Just a great name.
And yeah, this is a little bit difficult for Lionel Johnson, especially in the beginning here, since Gnar can just shove for days. Maokai, you want to be able to throw those saplings down in the bushes and have a lane advantage, but yeah, there's no way to do that when Gnar shoves you indirectly. Was Jinx unpicked / banned? Yes,
unpicked.
Was not picked.
Yes, it was one of those two things that it could only possibly be.
Yes, indeed. This is the hard position to be in. Gragas with a really, really nice go-ahead. Just stick to the river here. Flashes away, gets the safety from the Orianna ball.
Wow. They took the bait. Well played from the Wukong.
Definitely well played.
Playing possum.
Unfortunately, Wukong is headed up to this scuttle, and Dippy has the roam advantage here. His flash is already down. Here. This is extreme greed. Rusty Crow is going to have to back away. Yeah, and at this point, Boonstra and Calico are not allowed to play this lane, or at least for a while.
Have fun.
right. And that jungle belongs to... Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Gragas is living in that jungle now.
Let's see, what's the... Yeah, Gragas is up by quite a bit, but Wukong did back and get the Sheen, so if he does meet the Gragas in his jungle... Nope,
Yep.
Gragas is back in. Boonstra not having a fun time under tower there.
Good on Sad Jellyfish here for just knowing what they need to do in this early game. Pressing their advantage where they have it, because they have almost absolute lane advantage, and now jungle advantage. If you are Wukong, you are kind of frantically looking for A, CS in your kind of side of the map, and B, looking for a gank opportunity. But look at the map too. Look at these wards. They're actually pretty solid. They could spot them pretty much anywhere.
It's gonna have to get real creative with the jungle pathing if he wants to, or the gank angles. There we go.
If I was a character who was strong in the meta, would you ban me, Kane? Absolutely.
100%.
Man.
What?
Despite being shoved in, I'm actually pretty impressed with Lionel Johnson being able to pick up CS on the tower here. That's not the easiest thing to do with Malcolm.
I would say they're just about dead even in CS, so
Yeah.
that should
pretty impressive.
That sounds like somebody that understands their champion.
This is pretty big, I will say. If they can get
Wow,
this
they
before
can get
Red makes their way down, being
Victor
able
back.
to pick up... Yep, and they don't want to give it up. They're going to be here in and around, like, 1,500, it looks like. They're trying to zone them off, but they take this pretty slow. Yep, 1,500. We got Gragas coming to the pit here. Is he actually going to be able to steal it away? Rusty Crow trying to distract him out. They don't have vision. He finally comes in. Oppressive gets a clutch smite on this dragon.
No way.
And now Rusty Crow is stuck in the pit. He does not have... Oh! Nice Oriana ulti to bring them back in a trade, but overall, net gain for the side of Sad Jellyfish.
I would say it would have felt real bad for Sad Jellyfish to have that much control of the jungle just to have Dragon taken away from you.
Yeah.
Unfortunate they couldn't take it quicker because that seemed like a pretty good time. Like, bot lane was pushed up, Victor had just backed. It seemed like the time to do it, but...
Calico does not have flash. He is going to end up dying here to Oppressive. Boonstra now taking
damage.
the Ash Arrow as well as the Zillion... Zillion's on his team. I was like, that Zillion bomb might take it. Lol.
I was saying that they're doing the thing they needed to do. They're winning lane.
They are indeed winning lane. And let's look at actually the overall kind of cash advantage. It is, I mean, it's mostly in jungle and bot lane here at this point.
No.
Calico does not even get to come back to
existing.
lane here. Really just...
Not,
and if you're
not enjoying life
Boonstra,
right now.
yeah, you can't approach here. They're just trying to make this entire wave go kind of to the wayside.
Now they just need to stem the bleeding and try to make it to, you know, team fights, and maybe they can turn it around. Ooh, that's a spicy meatball right there.
Tem surviving with the shield here.
That is some Will of the Last Turley-ad shit if I've ever seen it.
Lionel Johnson finally is pretty healthy here and is going to start to try to assault Dippy. He's going to be able to hop away.
Yep, just gonna let this jungler get the Herald uncontested. See, that's one nice thing is now Lionel's been has back out and I just steal play caps. Trying to not call them tabbies anymore, but it's actually gonna help out quite a bit. Karma looking to roam top here. Gonna see if they can make something happen with the Gnar against the Maokai.
They do have Mega Gnar finally available here. Not a lot of damage has been done to Lionel Johnson, though. It's going to be hard for them to just kill.
But luckily, he also does not have a lot of mana. He'll probably be able to use like one full combo and then that'll be it. Karma's gonna start leaving. Zillion's also looking elsewhere on the map.
Yeah, Zillion looking elsewhere. Karma is now here matched with
Really wish he was
Calico.
level 6, I'm sure.
Drops the double bomb. Blind just kind of times it pretty well. And Calico's just going to wobble on back down to bot lane here.
He'll give himself some haste and peace on out. Look at this Karma. Just straight up, no fear whatsoever going into the jungle.
Asher was blown here. They can probably look to take a relatively decent fight. I mean, the Ashe is still up and is just shoving in, but
Gets
having that
double
Ashe
bombed
arrow
and
down is
doesn't
pretty
look
big.
here. Yeah, I mean it means you can safely be in your lane, right?
Jeez.
What's the over/under that Karma makes it through again?
Lots of pings from the side of Sad Jellyfish. They've already pinged out from Scorch that they're potentially in this jungle. But Rusty Crow is going to face check the bush,
Ooh.
flash out
Good
to keep
flash.
himself safe.
And this Gragas does damage. Going Night Harvester and oh, poor Calico can't even play the game.
Cannot even play the game, and now Boonstra is potentially gonna get dove here. Does have ulti, and is gonna probably have heal. They're gonna TP in.
We have a DC and no pause. Interesting.
Oh, yeah, interesting.
It looks like they're still here though. Well, that's interesting.
Riot Games lying again.
Yeah, I guess so. Look at them. Oh man, they're all in the bot lane, huddled around their tower, just hoping for any kind of respite, any allowance
Rusty
to.
Crow
Oh no,
yet
Rusty
again.
Crow! Not even allowed in his own jungle.
Yeah, they're just they're being a little bit too kind of greedy on the side of blue here without the vision. They've gotten caught out several times. We do have the ulti coming
level
through.
6.
Calico hits the clutch ulti here to keep Tem alive.
No, Celia needed a flash there, but I also don't blame him with how the game's been going.
And now starting up the second dragon, they're starting to stack these, which is pretty massive. Their lead,
As if they needed it.
Their lead coming this big early on, or this early on, is pretty important.
Well, the chances that it's infernal.
That'd be pretty cool.
Be pretty unfortunate for Team
Hex
Scorch.
gates activate.
Okay, that's a good one. Kind of the best one, really, but... Well, it looks like Team Sad Jellyfish has done exactly what they needed to do. Now all they have to do is close it out. You know, they, It doesn't look like, you know, Scorch is still fighting. They're not just, you know, rolling over. They're trying to make
Scorch
plays
still looking
happen.
for the fight here. A nice bait from Boonstra. Gonna get the double knock up here, and it's gonna go over to Rusty Crow. They get the TP out from Dippy. Oh no, this is out from Daddy Andy, my bad. Rusty Crow is still not actually able to get out, and he is gonna
Probably
end
just
up
wait
going
on his
down.
clone cooldown, but
Yeah.
unfortunate.
One turret plate does go over to the Orianna. However, they should be probably able to take this tower.
Yeah. If not, just dive them.
That's so
Nobody
annoying
really able
having to
to play
play
this
into.
game.
Calico getting flashed on, still has the Zillion ulti active on him, is actually going to live and back away. That is a tower that's going to end up going down for the side of Sad Jellyfish here. Collect a lot of gold.
And they're gonna get it free 14 minutes.
And they're grouping up here, but they know that Boonstra is just waiting here. Does have the ulti available. Drops the Feather Storm.
Ooh,
And
Good
Lionel
reaction.
Johnson is here. Hits the double
Here it
roots. They're looking for a little bit more than they can kind of bite off. Boonstra, does he end up going down? No, they expend Thames' ulti.
ladies and gentlemen, the comeback begins.
Is this the chum back?
Is comebackable. What a great TP from Lionel Johnson. Rusty Crow in the area to also catch the wave, so that way that, you know, Dippy doesn't just get to hit tower for free. Oh, Rusty Crow, you should know this isn't your jungle anymore.
They came in with this game plan of just harassing this Wukong, and they are executing it immaculately. My God, Rusty Crow is getting bullied. And that's just going to be the reality of it. If you're Rusty Crow, if you're going to a camp, do you have a support with you? Do you have a ward with you? Do you have vision in that bush? You just, I mean, at that point, you're just going to have to assume. They've been in there like 8 out of 10 times, so.
He has 2 charges on his sweeper lens. He really just wasn't expecting them to be there, but at this point, yeah, they're living in their jungle rent-free, my guy. Like, you need to start charging them more for that.
Rusty Crow coming around the backside here is not going to be able to come in time for the smite. Is hopping in here, gets the Wukong ulti, but instantly gets shredded. Ashe ulti connects onto Tem. He's still stunned up.
Ooh, Victor barely gets out in the end.
And just look at that damage that even just that Gragas barrel dealt. Thames does have ulti here. He's not going to actually be able to pop it in time. Gets CC chained under the tower. And it is Fords as well. Damage. With a 5k almost gold lead. And just like that, I mean, we just see such incredible kind of control and kind of just teamwork out of the side of Sad Jellyfish right now. We're just not seeing it with Scorch.
Yeah, I'll say there. It's hard to come back from when you're behind, and it looks like they're just basically have to rely on Lionel Johnson to show up to make a team fight go in their favor. They're just gonna need one good 5v5 team fight away from possibly pulling it back, because like I said, they have a bunch of AoE, and nobody's really building tanky on Sad Jellyfish, because even Gnar has a Triforce. So like they'll be squishy, but you also have to do enough damage to kill them. And good luck to that when you're down 6k.
Yeah. I mean, that is the thing, is this Wukong was so... I think Wukong was a really big part of Team Scorch being able to do stuff in team fights, and he's put down 1 in 5, is squishy, does not deal a lot of damage, so you're having to rely now on people like Tem to put himself forward, Boonstra to put himself forward, just to be able to deal enough damage in these fights to do anything, and that is extremely risky.
Man, I never really want your carries to be the first ones.
No, not at all. And Lionel Johnson is not going to have TP for this fight. Dippy has it. They're going to have to just either look for a steal or look to give it in general and find something else on the map. Lionel Johnson getting all-in by Dippy here. Dippy starting to back away. He kind of got the better of the trade. He's still kind of punishing him pretty heavily. His Mega Gnar is going to wear off in just a little bit.
Ooh, misses the Q. I was a little surprised he didn't Gnar him into the tower.
Here it is. Flashes forward. Boomerang just barely does not connect.
Oh, hero minions. That Triforce doing some work.
And you have Gnar. Oh, truly. And you would have to think that if Blue is a little bit more kind of proactive about this, realized that they were not going to be able to get this dragon and just sent topside instead to try to kill Dippy and relieve some pressure, that it would probably have been the play for them, right? It's all about finding your gold and your advantages where you can get them when you're down.
And now, unfortunately, they're going to have to fight for that fourth.
Yep.
And I mean, if you're blue side, you let Oppressive stay there. Just let him stay there. Let him waste his time.
You have so many people on this, just grouped around him here. There's no flank that is
huge
uncovered.
Shutdown if they can get it.
Yeah, big shutdown for this Xayah. That is sorely needed.
How cathartic. Oh, wait, hold on. We got to jump out of Daddy Andy.
It does get the flash to get out.
How cathartic for Rusty Crow to kill Gragas in his own jungle finally. Well, in Rusty Crow's jungle, but what a good play from Team Scorch there, though, to see him there and not like rush anything. Nobody was like, "Oh, let's get him. He doesn't know we're here." They patiently waited for everybody to get exactly where they needed to be to get that huge shutdown. Right on Boonstra. That was a really good play. That was good stuff right there.
All right. In a little
they're
bit
just death brushing.
easier of a situation. Yeah, they're just completely death brushing him at this point, saying, okay, listen, last time we didn't have vision in that bush. Now we know that they don't have vision here. And they have kind of spotted him out here, so they're just kind of avoiding this side of the map. Lionel Johnson's just going to throw down. Oh, man. He's cut off from being able to get away. Ash ulti comes through! Misses Lionel Johnson. Is he actually going to be able to live this, though? This is a tall task. Looks like he is just going to die.
Damage.
Try to pick up a little bit of CS, and that's just, yeah. What are you supposed to do about that?
And the support walks away with the kill. Looked like Oppressive was trying to give it over to somebody else. Oh, Rusty Crow
gets spotted.
That's
out,
not where you
and they
want to
get
be.
Start up this Baron. They deal pretty good damage to this with Barty's DPS. And this
the
one should
fact
just be
that
gone.
Gragas has a Night Harvester
Oh yeah.
and a Lich Bane.
And
Full
there
AP
goes Baron.
Fraggy.
They're
Hey, look,
gonna
if
be
you
able
can
to
survive the initial burst of Gragas, maybe you can win team fights.
True.
Hey, there's some good bounty gold right there.
Yeah, they do get double bounty gold over for these turrets, which is pretty big. But overall, Baron and the just amount of gold and the kind of stats that they're kind of just getting from this in general, it's pretty rough.
Ooh, here we go. Lionel Johnson's looking for it.
Yeah, Lionel Johnson looks for it, just barely doesn't connect at the end to Marcuti. Runs far enough away.
Unfortunate. As they say, feels bad.
Feels bad, man.
But oh, gee, so many wards all over their jungle. If you're in your jungle, they know about it.
All right. And if you are on the side of Sad Jellyfish, you're pretty happy with this. You got Gnar, who has a massive advantage over pretty much everybody. Nobody can just kind of kill Gnar or take him on. They're doing the right thing in putting Orion in the side lane. But yeah, you got the Gnar on the split push with the Baron buff, and a really, really solid 4-stack pick comp to deal with anything.
The
Just look
Gnar
at this.
tech, if
Already pinging out Lionel Johnson again.
what
Ash
a
Arrow comes through.
prediction,
Hits the
Gragas.
Wukong clone. Actually pretty big that the Ash Arrow is not available to try to kill Lionel Johnson. He's still getting chased away here. He heals up a little bit, but yeah, he's just getting slowed so massively. Tem getting knocked off to the side. Doesn't actually connect with the Gnar.
Ooh. Somehow misses the wall. I mean, to be fair, you can't. If it's already a 4v5, it's gonna be hard to stop this Baron push.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. They got the freaking wave clear. You ignore what I'm talking about.
They do have Dragon up and available. It seems like every single time an objective is available, they're just getting these picks consistently.
Tippy and Oppressive are, I mean, to be fair, Oppressive is living up to his namesake. He's not really been allowing much to happen in Team Scorch's way.
Threatening the dive here. A nice Gragas ulti is going to knock Boonstra back. He's actually not even going to be able to ulti. He had the chance to, but didn't think that he was just going to get one shot. Ash Arrow coming through. Damage connects onto 3.
Ooh, hits a zillion. Wow. That shield does not even exist. Too oppressive.
And, yeah, here it is. Baron
They're
buff is
knocking on
now
your
up.
biscuits.
They can clear these minions pretty easily now, but this Hextech soul is just a nightmare. Rusty Crow really trying for something, but he poked his head out of the kind of rabbit hole here, and there was 15 snakes looking for him on the way out.
This ain't no hero story of the lizard. Ooh.
Boonstra
A
pulls
little
back
too early
the
on the
feathers a
E
little
there.
early, yeah. They do end
But
up
they
getting
still
a
get the
kill,
Gragas to go down.
but
It's
this is
not
looking
over
like
yet.
It might just be game. They get a nice Oriana ulti, actually, to kind of save the game. Is Tem actually going to be able to clear this? It looks like yes.
It's so...
Oh,
It's
boy.
so unfortunate, too, because you see how much damage that one Oriana ulti did. Imagine if they were able to do that with any kind of follow-up. And there's... Yep. Ash Arrow hits. Down they go.
And they're not going to be able to end. However, yeah.
Hard to end with no minions.
It is looking
Even if
a
you're
little
this far
scary.
ahead. 9K goal lead. 719. All objectives except for I think one herald.
Yep, it was literally just that first herald. Every other objective though.
Okay, so here it is, the perfect play.
Yep.
You get the Maokai ulti at base when they're trying to push your Nexus towers. You put the ball on them. You W's in. Pull everybody in.
Ash.
Yes. And then you have Wukong decoying in at the same time the Maokai is Wing in. So that way they get the biggest wombo combo. Nobody gets to move. You double Zillion Bomb. You throw the Xayah Feather so you pull everybody. This is the perfect play. This is legitimately where they have to be able to pull this off.
And I mean, this is big. Ash Arrow is down. They have a little bit of breathing room for 30 seconds. Yeah. But it is the 30 seconds they're going to be... They're pushing into the base here. Boonstra trades ultis with Gragas. Not necessarily the worst thing. They're just going to look to get this inhibitor. This might be a chance there. They have just a small window to fight. But Red knows it. They're just backing away.
Yep. I was going to say, here's their... This is the one chance for the perfect combo. Oppressive.
Yep.
Getting caught out. He's rooted.
If they can kill Oppressive, that's bad. This is really bad. A late TP from Gnar. Does he have the Mega Gnar available? It's about to actually pop here. He uses the Mega Gnar just to be able to start to get away. Rusty Crow with the ulti in. This is where the ball delivery service really comes into play. It is down now, however. They're going to have to start to back up. Barty has plenty of damage still in the tank to be able to chase down Hextech Soul, dealing a lot here. Lionel Johnson hopping on Barty. They have to be able to kill him right here, right now. They still have quite a bit of damage left. The resurrection onto Maokai here. And now they can still actually kind of chase down. They end up backing off. That is all they need. What a big play. And a bit of an oversight. Just Oppressive choosing
backable.
Oppressive choosing to go off to the left where the gates are just really cost them a lot there. Lionel Johnson is probably going to go down here. Nice combo to CC him just for a secured kill.
League Client showing up on now.
Oh my god! League of Legends! You whore!
Yeah, League's kind of the worst.
Yeah, League Client, there's nothing wrong with a, at least 10-year-old client. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing.
They figured it out, you know.
Who's gonna tell him it's over? I don't know what you're talking about.
It's not over yet. We're still watching it.
Yeah, I don't think it's over yet. I'm still watching.
I mean, with that Baron going down, I think this is Team Scorch's game to win.
True. I think they have a solid shot now that Baron is not on the map.
Hey, you know, that Baron being taken down is just time that they wasted that they could have been winning the game. Given Team Scorch a chance to come back into it.
They say copium. I say, did you want me to surrender the game?
This really is just an FF angle for sad Jellyfish. Ooh, Lionel Johnson. That is what world is who?
Yeah, Lionel Johnson drops the ulti here, is actually going to get connected with the stun, and this is looking pretty ogre. Oppressive doesn't have any mana here, but it shouldn't matter too much. This Wukong really doesn't do a lot of damage. It's incredibly squishy. Barty chasing down the kills here, keeping Tem from assisting.
I was expecting Orianna to, maybe drop the ball on Wukong, but that was ooh, finally gets the ulti off, but gets the Zonias, and yeah, it's gonna be just cleanup duty. Daddy Andy's gonna let them know why they call him Daddy Andy.
Wow, I wonder if they come back from this. Jeez, you guys are evil, relentless, terrible. Can't just let me enjoy my cast.
Well, Team Sad Jellyfish did what their comp needed to do. That's for sure.
It most certainly did. They took full advantage of their comp and what it needed to do. Like I said, I liked both comps, and yeah, Sad Jellyfish just needed to win early, and they ended up doing that very very effectively. Scorch just kind of fell apart at the seams. Wukong, or rather, I think Rusty Crow needs to just be. They need to kind of just sit down, have a conversation, be like, listen, we fucked up game one. We had the comp that we wanted, which I think they did. I think that this comp is fine. We just fucked up. We gotta calm down. We gotta reset, and we just gotta play better than that. They're gonna be trying to focus in on Rusty Crow's jungle. They're gonna try to add a lot of pressure into his jungle and just be sitting in bushes. Fine. We're gonna have a support that roams with him. We're gonna make sure that he's not kind of getting caught out here. And if you're Rusty Crow, you're probably just gonna be using your red trinket more and not face checking bushes. But yeah. I think that this is very bounce backable, and I'm looking forward to game 2.
Yeah, and they do select red side. See how different it goes for them.
Thank you for the sub. I don't know how
Having
to
that,
pronounce that name, but I love you. Thank you.
Oh yeah, it's hard to read a language you don't speak.
So true. All right, here's our spectate link. We'll be hopping into draft in just a little bit here. Keen, when have we ever let you enjoy anything? I mean, you speak the truth, but...
That's what you get for trying to be an enjoyer.
This is me trying to enjoy something to let you try to enjoy something, right? Right? I'm just a fellow enjoyer. A little spectator time. I like both casters. I like you.
Aw, and I like you, random citizen.
All right. In the meantime, while we're waiting in between games here, I'm going to shoot my shot a little bit. My name is Keen Decker. If you're interested in the content, if you're enjoying it, make sure to hit that sub button like our friends that I cannot pronounce their name because I don't know how to say it. Did make sure to hit that sub button. We do casts all the time here for the Rec League. We also do gameplay streams, a lot of Rainbow Six Siege. We have sometimes some League of Legends. And then on Fridays, we do Mart's Dungeon, a tabletop RPG made by yours truly. And you get to see Mr. Sherwin there. Beichel, who's in chat, is in there as well. And we are at a kind of huge cataclysmic point in the story right now. So you will not want to miss tomorrow's episode at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Jeez.
And casters are... There we go. But yeah, that was a quick game. Did you have a time on that?
It is not.
I didn't look before. It was a pretty quick
Yeah, I
game,
didn't pay attention. I got it. I'll let you know. I'll figure it out. I'm on a black shoe.
I'm on a black shoe.
Still want to know what that means, because I have no idea.
I feel like Corky says some interesting... I feel like Corky has some bad things about his game. Get a weird itch. 29-ish. Yeah, so a pretty quick cleanup. Really, anything under 30.
Yep, 29-14.
Yeah. Damn.
I mean, I think quick games are like 23 minutes, but...
I think anything under 30 is a pretty quick game, but...
Really? I feel like 30 is a long game at this point.
Could be. I might
Like,
just
I barely see games go past 30 anymore.
All right. Sad Jellyfish is ready to up. And if you are drafting in this game for Team Scorch, what are you looking at, Josh?
I am Team Scorch. I'm looking to never let that Gragas in again, because holy crap, that person lived up to their name.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that's kind of it. Maybe get rid of the Karma, or pick something that can, like, I don't know. Zillion's a weird pick in the support role. Not saying that they necessarily played it bad, but maybe just something that can either protect better or can... Yeah, just like an enchanter that can maybe poke because they had a Maokai and Wukong, so they already had like a front line. But
Yeah.
so far the bans are looking exactly the same.
Yeah, we got that
there's the
Gragas
Gragas
ban. Yeah, like if I'm Scorch kind of in this situation, yeah, that Gragas ban's pretty big. I think as far as draft goes, I think you were pretty happy with draft in game 1, but the problem is that they drafted for team and they didn't draft for lanes. If they had maybe even just one kind of lane where they had like a winning lane, a definitive winning lane, it probably would have been a lot easier for them. But they had to play kind of on the back foot once they got down in a single lane, because at that point, they can pressure Wukong's jungle. And Gragas is perfect at pressuring Wukong's jungle. So, yeah.
I would say maybe a jungler that has a little more agency in ganking lanes to try and like stabilize a lane or get a lane ahead. So that way, you know, because that game was all about going even until you can.
Yeah, find your advantage.
Yeah. Until you can finally get into team fights, but
we got a Lee Sin jungle, which I'm a Lee Sin enjoyer, ladies and gentlemen. I have to say, I love Lee Sin. It is a risky pick, especially for first pick, I will say. It's an interesting first pick, but it can be very valuable. We will have to see what that second pick is for Scorch. That's Orianna? Yeah, it's Orianna. Okay, so we got the Poppy Orianna. I think the Orianna was actually a very good pick. I think that it just sets up so much, and there's a reason that it's an incredibly popular pick right now for Pro Play too. It just does a lot. And they're kind of sticking to what they know works. The Lee Sin first pick, man. This is something that's going to be in my head for this entire draft. But yeah, the Victor I think was fine. I think the Victor played really, I think even a little bit ahead in lane. Was pushing Orianna in quite often. Dr. Mundo being hovered here for Sad Jellyfish.
That is an interesting pick. I mean, good in the sense that they showed a lot of CC already. And his passive does stop, you know, CC from happening and gives him HP back.
Right.
If he can get to a point where he never dies, then it's a pain to deal with.
Riven!
Yo, we're allowed to say certain things on here, right? Like we're not. Yo, he's going with the big dick energy, all right? He is just ready to just let him know. Holy shit. I haven't seen a Riven
played in general
all year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I haven't seen a Riven like all year. Holy crap. Lionel Johnson is like, fuck that Maokai duty. Give me the Riven.
Yeah, I think okay, this is a smart play on the side of Scorch, because I think this Mundo is a bait pick. I think the Mundo is a bait pick for one reason. When you see Mundo top, you're like, hey, we need something that's going to be able to shred. Like, they're going to have a big front line. Let's try to counter Mundo. They're trying to bait out a bunch of different champions that are going to be able to deal with Mundo. And then get favorable, picks at the end of their draft. Whereas you have Riven, who I think can actually single-handedly deal with Mundo very effectively. so that was a big pick. I think picking that top laner right then and right there, huge. Very, very smart not to leave top to the last phase of pick ban.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know that they would ban out I wouldn't think they'd ban out the Riven, so...
No, I don't think so. But I think having an answer for it right then and there is pretty big. And now they have to draft bot lane here. I wonder if they... Oh, man, you know what I think? I think they're going to pick the Swain, brother. I think the Swain's coming out. I think this is a huge Swain angle. Oh, it's the Jinx!
I would say, actually, that is a pretty big Swain angle. They need a support that can protect this Jinx. That is their last thing that they need. Interesting that they don't pick it last, but I guess assume that they don't want them to pick it first. So
I'm just so surprised that they picked Jinx here. I mean, Jinx being picked at the end of the draft, I can definitely see as the counter pick. But man, is this such a good Swain angle? I don't know. Albeit it's harder to get to their backline. Like Lulu's Victor would make it a bit of a nightmare. Mundo slowing down Swain would kind of suck.
Kog'Maw.
But yeah, we got the Kog'Maw Lulu, the machine gun Kog'Maw, so to speak here. Oh man,
Who they gonna pick as a support?
I think the
Rakan
answer.
and Thresh were two good picks.
I was gonna say the Rakan would have been perfect. They need something that's gonna bypass or buff, and they go with the buff option.
I can see it. I mean, I can see it because you have the long range engage or disengage. You have your bubble. I'm not saying it's perfect by any means, but
No, I think it's decent though. I think that Jinx should have a reasonably. Ah man, it's tough. I think that this lane could realistically go either way.
I don't know who else you would trade it for.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of different supports because the first thing that came to mind is I was like, I look at Team Sad Jellyfish's comp and I'm like, Kog'Maw, Victor are just going to be free firing the backline. You have a fat ass Mundo and a Lulu who's going to be buffing up the front line. So you need something that bypasses the tank entirely. You don't want to deal with Mundo. Jinx is there to do that for you. You need something that can get on this Kog'Maw and cause disruption. And there's just not a lot of options. I was like, Rakan's great, but
That's
yeah.
about it. I would say, I mean, maybe a Leona once they reach level 6. Possible Nautilus. But otherwise, I'm looking at the support champions and I'm like, like, I don't think Brahm's gonna do it. Alistar maybe. Might also help with like having like an extra frontliner. But
I could have seen maybe like
maybe even a Soraka. Just to keep her alive.
I would have said like Pyke or something, but Pyke would have gotten bodied. Like Pyke would be miserable.
Pyke would love to get anywhere near anything, but not able to.
That's why I think, like, if you did pick the Pyke, you would have been like, all right, Jinx, you are on an island. Good luck. Pyke is just going to roam permanently.
You're gonna get strong by only getting solo experience.
I'm here to think how to bait you to play Neo 2. Pause. And before 20-minute Flame Horizon, all 3 lanes. When I'm looking at these lanes, I think mid lane's going to be pretty even again. I think Victor Orianna is a complete snooze fest, which is fine. I think Riven is going to eat Mundo if there is not some Lee Sin attention up here early. But we'll see how well Dippy can kind of play, especially far back. He's just got to use those cleavers to be able to connect onto Riven and keep her away. Harass is going to be pretty important early on.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I think that's pretty tough. I think that they did a good job getting Riven in this matchup here. Lionel Johnson's gonna be pretty
agree.
comfortable with this one. I think Jinx, Nami, and Kog'Maw Lulu could go either way. I favor the Kog'Maw Lulu because I think Lulu works more in favor of Kog'Maw and buffs him pretty heavily. And it's kind of hard for, once Kog'Maw gets that additional attack speed for Jinx to really be able to retaliate back. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's both of these lanes down in bot lane here are very gankable. So, like, Lee Sin's going to find angles here, I'm sure. Poppy's going to find some angles here for sure to be able to gank. And I think that's where pretty much all your priority goes. If you're Poppy, being around when Lee Sin is probably topside is a pretty good thing. Because if you turn that into a 2v2, that's a big plus for you, I think. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I'm saying, I mean, kind of kind of annoying for Poppy probably that the only good W target is Lee Sin, but
True.
like
But that's
still
also
speed
at
up.
this
You're still gaining value.
right. But at the same time too, right? Having it just specifically for the Lee Sin's not necessarily a bad thing because you're like, okay,
No.
I just have to focus Lee Sin. Like if Lee Sin's gonna jump, here I am.
My job is to stop the Lee Sin from getting in or to stop the Lee Sin from leaving.
And if they can do that, then they have a good chance at winning team fights. I think I like. Whose comp do you like more? Who do you think has the easier comp to pull off?
Man, so it's hard because there's things that I like and dislike about each team comp, right? Said Jellyfish, the Mundo is a little weird,
Yeah.
but it is a super tank, which is the only thing that the team is kind of missing. But Mundo being an HP tank, you don't really have too many things that can deal with it, I guess. But Scorch, the only weird one is kind of the Nami, but like we said, there's not a whole lot of options that would have been good to pick, so I think the Nami is fine.
Yeah.
I'm partial to Poppy, and I think Poppy's super strong. Oriana's in a super strong spot right now, and everybody's kind of squishy on said Jellyfish, so there's a chance that Oriana can get a lot of value. And then you have Riven, who, if they can get to the Kog'Maw, that Kog'Maw doesn't get to play the video game. So, and Jinx is a hyper carry, so Scorch, once again, has to try to at least go even in lanes, right? Like, they're up against that again.
Because I think if you're sad Jellyfish, it's very clear what your win condition is. You want to be able to get that Kog'Maw. You have the Lulu set for it. You have a lot of added safety for it. So it's all about keeping Kog'Maw. You saw how big the Ashe was in game 1, right? Like, Barty was freaking just... He was tearing people apart. So if you're able to get Kog'Maw ahead, this Lee Sin's probably going to spend a lot of time there. Because, man, trying to stop this Riven's going to be a bit of a nightmare. They got to stop Riven just from pile driving Mundo into the ground over and over, I would think, for sure. But Dippy's a good player. Nobody sleep on Dippy. Dippy is a chav. Like, this guy is really, really good. So we'll see if Dippy is able to stay, you know, pretty safe in this matchup. It could be kind of sketchy for Scorch.
Honestly, it's gonna come down to who can pull it off. What they need to do better.
Yeah, I knew that Mundo was a bait pick though, for sure. Like, I saw that Mundo in the first phase, and I'm like, they're trying to bait out something that's going to be able to deal DPS to the Mundo so they can get a favorable matchup in bot lane. I'm like, I know they're doing this. All right. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully the game pops up in just a second here. It did.
Hey. We there.
Let's see if we have any early pings. Riven, pretty good at level 1. Yep. All right. Looks like they are going to be invading through bot side. They're pinging out this tri-brush already. Kog'Maw is going to be here. I wonder if they wrap around. Oh, man. Oh, man. If they can manage to pin him. No, he's actually just going to show the respect. I don't know if he necessarily needed to flash, but yeah. Why not for just the safety? But if you're red, you just popped Kog'Maw's flash. Kog'Maw is the main carry of this entire team. And without flash, he is not able to do a lot and is very punishable. We'll see what they do with it. That is a very cool Nami skin, actually.
Yeah, what the heck?
Got some Ursula
what in
vibes
the Ursula?
going. Yeah.
Like that our brains went to the same place. Holy pings.
Yeah, lots and lots of pings. They didn't throw a ward in that tri-brush, so they're trying to be safe and make sure that they don't come behind them here. They also did not ward their red, so they're probably worried about them taking it. They put themselves in an interesting position. They kind of They sack Lulu a little bit. They're like, hey, you know, Lulu, if you die, it's okay. Go ahead and space check that bush for me, please.
Well,
Oh
let's
my
find out if
God.
this is going to be a problem.
Oh my God, I can't.
It's kind of funny that the mid laners got both the same champions.
Yeah.
Probably one of those things where I assume that Tem was probably like, look, laning's gonna suck. I can deal with it just because I mean I feel like Tem did really well considering like
Yeah,
they
he
still
was-
landed some good ultis that looked like they could have done something if
Yeah.
had they had anybody else that could do something. Not to say that anybody was, you know, in a position to be able to, but. But I am interested to see how this one's gonna play out, because, you know.
Because we want to see game 3s, baby.
Right? I would say it's a grudge match, you know.
It is definitely.
Kind of full, a little bit peaceful. Everybody's doing their own thing. Daddy Andy's kind of, you know, doing Victor things.
Showing him while they call him daddy. Good farming on the side of Jinx early on here, just to point out. Good kind of early pressure. Lee Sin.
Lee Sin's already looking.
What do we say? Lee Sin is already here. Actually, just comes in with the point blank flash, just so he can Q. Nice and easily.
Ooh.
Calico should end up going down here. Oh! Does end up still going down, but I mean, it's the Nami. You're pretty happy with that.
I say now they get to push for free. If you don't have wards and you don't know where the jungler is, do not push up.
Yeah, one thing I have to say, I'm just like, I have to hammer it home. Barty is the one carry that they have on this team who can absolutely take over the game. We gotta wonder where that Lee Sin's gonna probably be most of the time.
It's hyper carry versus hyper carry. Who can get there first?
Yeah.
Lionel Johnson giving a little bit back to Dippy after last game.
Daddy Andy now getting ganked here from Tem. They shouldn't have the damage, I don't think, to kill. He does have flash available to him. Ooh! He does flash away. Oh! The counter flash, he knew he had Lee Sin in the area, but he got a little bit too close here. Now Lee Sin is in! Is he actually going to be able to kill here? No, Rusty Crow comes in time and is able to push him away. Nice.
A little bit of tip for tap, baby. Let's
Well
go.
played.
That's what we were hoping for.
Yep, nice responses. All right. Dippy should be able to clean this farm up for free here. Riven's gonna actually go for the scuttle. Okay, before she takes a potential back. Maybe
Or
not
maybe
even
they
back.
don't even
Just,
want to leave.
yeah, maybe don't even leave. You don't have the TP. You're doing pretty swell in lane. Mundo doesn't have kill pressure.
Daddy Andy now having gone down. Oriana kind of putting the pressure on. Ooh,
Wow,
and here's
just,
why.
just look at that damage. Absolutely nasty. Still has the ignite. He's gonna have to back himself away.
You can see that step forward. Lionel Johnson was thinking about it, but good restraint.
They played it so smart up until now, but they stepped a little bit too forward. I was gonna praise them for dropping that that pink ward in the brush behind them for the wraparound gank, but yeah, they pushed up just a little bit too far, and if it feels a little too good to be true, it probably is.
To be fair, that Lee Sin was waiting there for a long time.
Yep.
But they're gonna turn it into something, so they're gonna get Drake out of it. And they get the kill over to Kog'Maw.
Yep. Kog'Maw is down in CS, not for nothing, so his gold lead is only about 300 right now. Mark Cutie on the roam here. They're going to hop on top of Thames. He doesn't have actually the flash to get himself out. He had already used it forward.
Ooh, all it took was that one little roam. Good, like, showing from said Jellyfish, though, to just know where to be and when to be there.
Yeah, they're on something today. They are, like, insanely proactive in this series thus far.
Let's say Team Scorch needs to take a deep breath.
Rusty
some
Crow now
wards
getting
down.
hopped in on. This is the 2v2 that they were kind of hoping for, but Rusty Crow starts it off at a quarter HP. All right.
Now, mind you, those cleavers only do that much damage the higher the HP, so they do less the less HP the opponent has. So they're not going to be doing that much damage the whole time. Which is a very interesting mechanic, because I can't think of too many abilities that have that, because like that doesn't even scale.
Yeah, there's not a lot of abilities that do that.
You know, like that thing is flat damage, scaling with or only doing damage based off of max HP.
All right, Riven takes her B, gets the Tiamat, and is just gonna be relentlessly shoving this Mundo in at this point. Bot lane.
Mundo don't get.
Yeah, Mundo does not get to do
Actually,
much.
Mundo's up in CS. Not for nothing.
Yeah, Mundo doing a good job at grabbing CS.
It is
And-
interesting to see the two top laners be able to just go absolutely blow for blow. And hey, team.
Oh, Barty
Scorch
getting
is
on the
looking for-
offensive here. They are in gank kind of reach here though. They're just gonna back off.
Yeah, I'll say they might have got a little too excited. Probably more worried about the life of their AD carry. But they're gonna wait that tribe rush.
Yep, they're
Lee
pulling the Lee
Sin's-
Sin. Ooh, they did not get spotted doing this. Either a nice ball from Orianna, but they're looking for the dive here. The go-ahead dive. Marcuti gets chunked down pretty heavily, but should be safe to just get themselves out of here.
Man, they do not even want to wait for the wave.
Oh, they're diving into Marcuti, but the shield does
Bro.
come through. They're backing them off of these the CS though, which is pretty big. They're gonna get themselves a tower plate most likely.
Interesting. I wonder if that does go better if they wait for the minions to get there. Maybe the minions weren't going to be able to make it.
Or wait for yeah. I think you're right. Waiting for those minions to get there, because Lee Sin would have even been there at that point too. Not like they would have known, but yeah, they would have had probably gotten a lot should they have just waited just a little bit. But all in all, an overall net gain. They picked up, I believe, 1 tower plate in bot side.
I say a victory is a victory, especially when you're after the last game they had.
True.
So I would say, and it's not like it was a bad play by any means. Unless you're my roommate who says that it was. Our roommate, rather.
And Riven absolutely shredding here. He puts him back to Daddy Andy, but Daddy Andy's like, I don't really want that. Like, what are you doing? Gets stunned up by Lionel Johnson. Now Dippy is here. They just don't have the numbers advantage. Watch for this Jinx ulti coming through! A massive Jinx ulti to secure the kill. However, Marcuti is already on the roam here. They're going to have to now walk away. And they managed to do so. A 1-for-1.
And it was on the hyper carry, so you know it's definitely not the worst. But I mean, showing the strength of that Riven pick, like unfortunately, like they just didn't have the HP. But
oh, a nice drag
My
back in. They're gonna be able to get the kill on
goodness.
Marcuti. Dippy now walking away. He's actually gonna be able to get out for free. And this is the thing to keep in mind. Jinx picked up a kill here, is getting a turret play, and Barty has to fend for himself alone under tower. They do on the reverse side pick up the Rift Herald.
And they're just gonna keep chipping away at this tower.
Yep.
They're just gonna get as much money as they possibly can. Especially with that Nami with doing their best Briar cosplay.
All right. What a game.
I said this is what we were hoping for in game 1.
Classic. They clear for Rusty Crow, and he is just right here. Probably no.
They smell something. They know something's up.
Yeah, they do. They do just kind of know something is not right with how aggressive they're being here. Normally, they do spot out Rusty Crow here, but it's a little bit too late. The zap does not connect. Nami Wave gets knocked up here, and Calico ends up picking the kill. Rusty Crow now getting hopped on by Lee Sin. All he needs is one more auto attack. He manages to get it. Meanwhile, on the top side, we got... Ooh, forget about that.
Ooh,
we still got some action down in bot lane here. TP coming in from Orianna. And it's actually just going to be just in time. Ooh, drags back in Barney just at the tip here. Now we got the, she's getting excited. She's getting excited. Chase it down. Daddy Andy throws down the ulti in the field just to keep himself safe and walk away. That's Dragon available.
Well played by Daddy Andy. That one was a little sketchy, because especially when that Jinx passive hits. I gotta say, there is something about Jinx's passive that just feels more broken than anybody else's, or at least more useful than anybody else's.
It's so satisfying.
But, oh wow, they're not willing to just give this dragon over easily. But not sure that was where the Lulu wanted to be. They're gonna go on to the Lee Sin getting into the back line here, but not gonna be able to find anything. Daddy Andy does land a big E, but TP coming in from Dippy. But they should be able to just walk it on out of here.
For how well orchestrated everything was for Sad Jellyfish up until now, when they got put on the back foot, they started to scramble a little bit. Mark Cutie jumping into the pit as Lulu to try to secure the dragon was an interesting play.
Was... I don't know if that was a misclick or if they just really thought that they would be able to have Daddy Andy. Jinx Rocket looking at Daddy Andy, though. Nope.
Yeah, doesn't hit. Excellent shoutcast, my dude. Thank you. How's it going, Cheese Nip? All right.
And now, Barty's going to be getting some plates of his own, and they don't know that they're there.
Boonstra getting hopped on here. The Nami ulti comes through, but it is not even going to be close to enough here. The bubble lands, but it's not on the target that was tanking the turret, and that's a double kill. Oh, actually, sorry, only one kill over for them.
So clean. From Oppressive. Like, that Lee Sin, like, it wasn't jagged, that was...
Alright. And picking up a lot of plates, too.
It looks like Cogman's gonna about even out against this Jinx here. Lionel Johnson's just gonna be giving them the business. Ooh, maybe don't want to take the tower.
It is very funny because Dippy's just like, all right, I'm on Riven duty. Wherever Riven's going, I'm just going to stand near. That's pretty much it.
And I mean, it is funny too, because like that Riven, like sure they do a lot of damage, but they can't take a hit at all. And so if they manage to burst the Riven.
Yeah.
But luckily, most of the team is
jeez.
You know, ooh.
Connecting very well on these cleavers. Finally, it does manage to kick the passive off of him, but it's rough. Rusty Crow has not been able to get a lot of kind of momentum anywhere in his jungle. He's just kind of had to stick to farming for the most part, and Lee Sin is just all over the place.
To be fair, still having a much better game than last game, so.
True. Very
true. At least that. Not that
so
that's a high bar, but...
Boonstra getting chased down a little bit by Barty. When that Lulu speed up hits, he's just he is in full fire mode. That is good to hear, Cheese Nip. I'm doing
He's already got his Bork to... Is Kraken the first item you want to go as Jinx against this team? Like, I know it's good against Dippy, but I would have assumed that
Boonstra just absolutely getting chased down. They're going to have to expend the Nami ulti. Barty not in range to drop his ulti to kill the Jinx. But still, chased him right off the tower. What do we got on Dragon? 130.
Unfortunate that Jinx was, you know, had a lot of things going, and now all of a sudden it's looking difficult. But
taking the full brunt of Daddy Andy's damage. A nice flash forward Q from Impressive. They're going to boot Lionel Johnson right back into the team. He gets a double stun up, but the Lulu ulti comes through. They have the go-ahead, and they're going to clean this fight up. The Jinx ulti is not going to connect this time, and Impressive just playing with him.
Man, they got the... Oppressive is a machine, man. They need to find a way to stop this man.
Rusty Crow hopping on Barty, but
Oh,
that's not. He does no damage. Oh man.
Stun on the Calico. Can Boonstra do anything with it? That is the question.
Yep.
Ooh.
This is putting a lot of reliance on this Jinx right now. I was gonna say they had multiple win conditions for this team comp. Oh, nice ulti from Tem to get a catch out. However, Boonstra is getting absolutely walloped in the backline. Calico says, "Take me instead," and he says, "I'll take this fish and eat it too."
Take me instead. More like take me also. Support is nothing without their AD carry. Or so that's what the AD carry likes to think. But man, this I'll say because Oppressive I think is their newest jungler, as well.
Yeah.
And they have made a strong first showing. This is their first game.
Orianna is starting to deal some decent damage. She has the Leandres, so she deals good damage to basically everybody in this game now. Isn't gonna be like popping people right now, but once she is able to scale up, if they keep this game close, she's gonna be a bit of an issue. Boonstra tossing the ulti down, but they haven't even started this dragon up.
But he does spot out that it's happening.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Yep. Let's get the value out of that.
Unfortunately, there's literally nothing that you can do on the map. Because, you know, generally you want to be looking to see, like, oh, hey, they're taking Drake. Can we do anything about it? If no, then B, what can we do while they're doing it? And unfortunately, there's nothing. There was literally nothing they could do.
Yeah.
At least not in the position they were in. Because the best they could do is try and push top lane to try and get that top tower. But
Rusty Crow spots them out on his red here. Boots out Mark Cutie, but it's getting chased down by Dippy. And yeah, that red buff's gone.
Summon the Herald.
Yeah, Rift Herald's about to crash down into the secondary mid tower.
I wouldn't doubt Oppressive just being able to queue in on that Jinx and just pull something stupid off.
Tem getting separated. He's actually going to have to drop his ulti in response, but gets caught by the end of the stun. Nami ulti coming through. Separates the team fight just a little bit, but they don't have the damage to be able to deal with this right now.
Unfortunate. Team Scorch was really, you know, they're bringing it back, and now...
And Kog'Maw is just in the part of the game where he's just chasing people down with this Lulu buff on him. That nobody did die. I will say, nobody did end up dying. Hold that thought.
Hold on now. Pause.
Jeez. As good of a showing as kind of this Riven had in the early game, just in lane, there was just not much that Riven was able to do just based on kind of the amount of pressure Lee Sin had all over this map. Yeah. And not for nothing, Mundo also farmed immaculately. Like, this man played very, very well.
They were doing what they needed to when they needed to do it.
Yep.
So, and that's all you can ever really ask. And if you do that, you're gonna be fine. As a famous musician once said, "You're gonna go far, kid."
You're gonna go far, kid. Rusty Crow getting bullied by the support.
I thought they were just gonna try and wait for them to pop up, but I guess not.
And at this point, if you're red, you're just trying to look to slow the game down a little bit. Make sure that they don't pick up Baron. Make sure that they don't get these outer towers kind of for free. Try to get some trades here and there. The dragon stacking, while it's still on the table, it's not the biggest rush. They did manage to pick up the first one. Rusty Crow says, thank you, I suppose, for the leash.
Really needed that. I was saying, Rusty Crow going Iceborne Gauntlet on the Poppy. Would have thought it would have been looked a little bit tankier, but I guess when you're that far behind, it doesn't really help too much, unfortunately. But Lee Sin, no fear whatsoever, and why should he?
Yeah, why should he? And Tem, they opted to have the Riven in the bot lane, who does not have TP when Baron is up, which I think is an interesting decision. You have TP on Tem here. And Riven is on her way up. But they're just kind of running away from
There.
Boomstra, way too close to Dippy.
Ooh,
Gets
where are
absolutely
you standing?
melted, and Tem is also just gone. This is a free Baron and perhaps even more.
Whew.
Yeah, Boomstra got 1-2 buckled into a shoe. 3-4, that man got put into leather and put out the door. Jeez, man.
I was say I'm looking at this this Mundo build. I didn't know Titanic was the way to go on this champion. Second to apparently Ass Blast the AD carry with 3 autos.
I mean, people be sleeping on Mundo for damage, but Mundo is just, he's always been traditionally, when he's in a decent spot, he is a massive either a massive tank, but B always does damage. Mundo has never just like not done damage.
I mean, good on him, proving me that the pick is totally worth. Because that was, that was the one pick that I was kind of like, unsure about how that one's gonna go. I thought that the Riven was gonna be,
relevant,
making
right?
up for it. Yeah, was gonna do more.
Well, I think
I guess to be fair, that
yeah, go ahead.
I would say to be fair, maybe there's a reason that you don't see too many Rivens, but
I mean, to be fair, I think the Riven played the matchup really well, and I think that she was bullying Mundo in certain bits. But the fact that they put Ignite on Riven and then gave it no attention at all is a bit wild to me. It's a bit wild to me.
That's fair. And I mean, if Mundo plays around his passive well enough, then he's hard to gank, which you saw when Poppy came up. Can't E him, can't stun him. You have to time your knock up and your W at the same time, so one of them pops it, so you can at least get some kind of CC.
And here comes the onslaught. They have good siege with this Lulu here, and if they catch out Boomstra, forget about it. A nice Nami wave to come through. However, it's not going to be enough.
Not be enough. Lee Sin too far ahead. Lee Sin might be, a champion that falls off, but you got to get him to the point where he's going to fall off first. And I don't think they're going to have the chance to. Call me crazy.
Yeah, this is looking like an angle where they can get at least 2 inhibitors. They get right on top of Barty, though! He gets the wild growth through, but it's not enough to keep him alive. Daddy Andy now into the chase here. They're gonna have to actually retreat off of this, but they got everything they potentially wanted off this fight. They just have to be able to back away. Rusty Crow trying to get out, but he should end up going down here. Tem, does he have enough wave clear with Calico to be able to stop them from ending this game? That's the important part. Hold on! Jinx is back up! I didn't actually even realize she does get to be excited here. They gotta be careful of Dippy, but they push them off of this ending push here.
Dang. Booster coming in clutch there. A bit of an unfortunate moment at the start of that fight. Poppy accidentally pushing the Kog'Maw out of the Orianna ulti. We've all been there. I've been on both sides. It happens. It's unfortunate. They still got the kill. Boonstra comes up with 2 big kills and a huge shutdown on the Lee Sin, on Oppressive there. So, protect this Jinx with your... Actually, you know what? Now that I'm looking, the kills are exactly where they need to be on Team Scorch.
What do you think? Yeah, go ahead.
They've got them on Orianna and Jinx. I mean, if Riven can get some, that'd be great. Good TP.
Good TP.
From Orianna there.
What do you think about Jinx taking Lord Doms as her second item?
I mean, I feel like it's putting maybe a little too much into trying to take care of the Mundo and not enough about killing all of the people that are issues, right?
That's exactly it. I think you actually hit it right on the nose. I don't think you should even be looking at fights with Mundo. Lord Doms, you can pick it up, but I don't think you pick it up there. I think that you need to focus on being able to kill Barty. You have to find a fight where Dippy is just not there in the beginning, and you got to be able to blow up Barty.
I mean, they just picked up the Rune Ants too after, so they're gonna be doing. I mean, they're doing good team fight damage, but it's like, where's your actual damage? I guess.
Rusty Crow just looking to duel Lee Sin, but gets absolutely shredded on the backside.
Yeah, that Kog'Maw was reaching. But yeah, that is I mean, I'm not a you know, obviously I'm not an ADC player, but it is, you know.
Boonstra in a really
I mean,
scary
not for nothing.
position.
And
Ooh,
I
no.
guess, you know, they're probably also looking at Lee Sin. Lee Sin is building health items, so I guess maybe it's not the worst, but I just feel
They
like they're
drop the
already,
Victor ulti. They're just trying to clear this minion wave at this point. Mundo's going to be getting a tower for free here, but
they
they're
want to end.
trying to stop him from... they're trying to stop the team from actually just being able to take everything they want. Lionel Johnson
Ooh,
doesn't even get to
Lionel.
interact.
Nope.
No interaction.
Got house for days, but if you can't move, you can't hop.
That is insightful.
Josh Sherwin, 2023.
Tem getting chunked out by these
Yes.
Mundo cleavers. They have minions to be able to look to end this game here. It is a bit risky. They could just back off and get a nice B in to set up for Baron Vision. They're gonna have to pull the trigger on one of those two in just a little bit here.
I mean,
Most
not
likely.
for nothing. Yeah, I mean, they're up 11K. I don't know that they have to worry about it too much because they have all 3 inhibs. They're probably just gonna keep.
Yeah, they're
pushing
looking to
to the
push
end.
here.
Here we go. Final stand time. Nami ult goes wide. Tem unfortunately just can't with the.
Lionel
I was
Johnson
saying,
not
I mean,
with enough damage to actually be able to do anything. They have some low health bars. They're actually going to be able to kill Bonnie. Boonstra does get the reset.
Boonstra kills
This might not actually be the end of the game. No, Dippy does manage to get on
Dippy
top of
just
that
finishes
Nexus. Jeez.
Oof. You have all those shredding things, and then you don't even get to the Mundo.
Yeah,
Damn.
and a pretty dominant series here from Team Sad Jellyfish. They're looking, when they're on it, they're looking extremely cohesive. We saw a single glimpse of them getting put on the back foot and overreaching for something, but like throughout the series, Sad Jellyfish has been extremely proactive, and I mean the scoreline shows it. They're really together right now.
And boy, howdy, impressive coming away with the MVP on that one. I would have to say, because damn, did he make those 2 games
He made things
easy
happen,
for his
yeah.
team.
My lord, just look at that damage.
I mean, Team Scorch, they tried. You know, they almost came back in that second game, especially after at that first game, which is a credit to their mental on that one, but
Yeah.
just an unfortunate series of events on that one.
And not the end for either one of these teams. We are now going to see Sad Jellyfish moving on in the winner's bracket. Scorch gets knocked down to the loser's bracket right now. I think they are going to be facing... Actually, let me check really quickly for you. C6. They're going to be facing Small Brain, No Mechanics in the loser's bracket to make a run. Keep in mind, double elimination... So, yeah, man. What a crazy run from Sad Jellyfish at the end of the season into playoffs. They got the bye in the first round, and they made a massively dominant performance in their first set of games here. Like, very impressive. They're going to go on to face the winner of Sasagio versus Team Ghost, which I'm very much so looking forward to that series. I think that series is also going to be fire. But yeah. How long was this game here? This one was also, yeah, both games under 30 minutes. They executed pretty well. It's your viewers / fans. I'm sorry, we played all... Let's try... Wait. Just being critical because I thought you're spectating random game. Oh, this is the yeah, this is the Sweat League in the Lolmidwest. I've like played in this rec league a couple of times and know quite a few of these people pretty well. Some really really good players here for sure as well. Kind of nasty. The competition's just kind of gone up throughout the years, and this is definitely the most competitive year of all of them, I would say. But I want to thank each and every single one of you for watching. Like I said, my name is Keen Decker. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to hit that sub button. We will be live tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern with Mars Dungeon. Make sure to check that one out. Check out the sponsor, Starforge Systems. Get yourself a Starforge PC today, baby. And maybe we'll play some Rainbow Six Siege after this. Who knows? Maybe we'll be back with a separate stream. But what is Mart's Dungeon? Mart's Dungeon is a tabletop RPG that I created myself. We have a long campaign that we're going through right now that we're currently on episode, I believe, 33 coming up here. It is in part a game show and in part a tabletop RPG campaign. So we are at a critical part in the campaign right now where potentially
That's one way to put it.
Yeah, it is the biggest kind of part of the campaign altogether. I think this is going to be one of the most important episodes for a very long time, where one of the characters might actually end up dying. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's for time to tell. But folks should check that out. Thank you, Bowtie. Yes, I love that. I think that's great. But from the casting
I'll
team,
be there.
I want to thank you guys. Hope you all have a lovely night. And Mr. Sherwin, what would you like to, you want to give us some words out?
I'm going to be there tomorrow as well. Just saying, in case you need that extra cherry on top that I tried to give to a waitress one time at a Friendly's. Don't worry about it. But it's always fun casting these games. I wish that I didn't feel like garbage for it, but you know, I showed up, and you know, that's all work can ever ask of you. So go have your great days, and jump in tomorrow to watch Mars Dungeon. Brothia will also be there.
Yeah,
Michael,
Brothia will
maybe.
also be there. Yeah, Michael will see. But yeah, I hope you all have a lovely night. Have yourselves a wonderful rest of the week as well. Take care of yourself. Tell your mother that and your father that you love them. You know, tell the people that are important in your lives. Give them a little hug.
Especially around spooky season, the most family,
the most important season
orientated.
of all family.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.